Today we are going to explore caves on our own.
This morning we are leaving the little township of Lumsden to make our way toward Tuatapere, but along the way we are stopping on a field because Laura really wants to take some pictures of cows, but turns out she is a cow whisperer and they are following her, hoping she takes picture of their best profile. For our activity today, we have decided to do a bit of a detour toward the Clifden Caves. This is the cave network located right between Lumsden and Tuatapere, and this is a cave network that you can explore on your own, and that's really awesome because Laura and I never done that before.
Armed with a couple of head torches each, some torches in our phones, as well as spare batteries, we make our way into the Clifton Caves. You really need to be prepared for this caving adventure. Also, this cave is prone to flash flooding, either during or after heavy rainfall, so really make sure that you go in during the dry times. With all those disclaimers out of the way, let's begin our caving mission. And pretty much straight away we discovered that the Clifton Caves are a little more adventurous than any other caves we've been in. There's a lot of narrow places to squeeze through.
So as you can see, guys, it's not the biggest cave, but hey, we're making our way forward. It works somehow. The Clifton Caves are also one of the 3 places in New Zealand to check out the world famous glowworms. Almost straight away, as soon as we get inside the caves, we get to see a bunch of them right in front of our eyes. It's really important not to move too much so their fishing line don't get too entangled, but it makes for really awesome pictures. The Clifton Caves are definitely an adventure one of a kind. It's definitely much harder than I ever thought to navigate through them. But people have left some really shiny signs along the way that we basically have to follow. As soon as we find one of those reflective signs nailed onto the rock, we just look for the next one and make our way toward it. And there is quite a lot of people in the cave.
So we did find a weird creature in the cave. Look at this guy. He has a little colander as a helmet and duct tape.
I glow in the dark as well.
Following one marker after the other, we continue to make our way through the caves. And there's really a lot to see along the way, starting with the floor of the cave, which has all these potholes which have been created by the floodwaters racing through here, bringing with it hard rock which swirls into the softer rock and forms these dips and holes in the floor. But the most impressive rock features are the limestone formations. There's all these stalactites and stalagmites and teeth-looking formations hanging from the ceiling. These have been formed by acidic groundwater which has seeped through the ground into the caves, dissolving the calcium carbonate to form these amazing rock features.
We are trying really hard not to touch much of the limestone formations because it reacts with the human skin and usually makes them to become a bit more dark, and it basically stains them. It's just, we like to leave places as beautiful as we arrived and saw them for the next people. Maneuvering ourselves through the caves is really fun. I did not expect to find such a small cave right here, but we have to crouch, we have to pass water bodies, and we have to squeeze ourselves even in very narrow passage. Almost every single time we see a marker, it's toward a different challenge.
Oh really? Right. Oh yeah, Penny. Like I said, I'm dumb enough to go into the cave by myself.
We just met Penny, who got a bit scared from the challenging pool section up ahead. So she decided to backtrack in the caves, and we bumped into her and offered for her to come and tackle this challenge with us. With Penny leading the way, we make our way into some of the larger rooms of the caves. This is where we find the most impressive limestone formations, where there are these huge stalactites and stalagmites seen all over the rooms. It really is impressive, and these caves have been formed around 18 million years ago.
It really feels that every single one of the rooms that we enter is completely different than the previous one. Some of them have massive limestone features and some of them have really teeny tiny ones. And some of them just have massive boulders that are really a wonder of how did they ever get there. As we progress through this section of the cave network, we start hearing more of an echoey kind of sound and a little bit more of a water sound. So this should be the section that Penny was talking about, where there is a really big pool and that made her backtrack. I'm quite apprehensive because I am in an environment I have known nothing about, but I'm really keen to tackle this big challenge. The pool in front of us is massive. It can definitely fit an entire person in its depth. So we are deciding to take off our shoes and we'll try to maneuver ourselves on the edge of it. We're gonna hold on to the cliff, making sure that we don't fall into the icy cold water. It's quite a tough one, so I'm going in first with all the bags and then after it's the girls' turn.
I can definitely see why Penny backtracked. All we have is this tiny little ledge which is half submerged in the water to make our way around this pool. Penny decides to take all the boots and hang them around her neck, sporting a brilliant necklace, but eventually we do make it across the pool and it feels awesome. From here we have a few more pools to tackle, but thankfully these ones are a lot shallower for us to just wade through. But then once we get across, it is time for us to put our shoes back on to tackle the rest of the caves. The ladders must be a sign that we are coming towards the end of the caves and making our way higher towards the surface.
This is a fucking mission.
What we are climbing through now are these huge potholes which have been dried out, unlike that huge pool that we crossed over just a moment ago, and this just goes to show how deep that pool would have been.
We really love taking heaps of pictures in the cave, and for that reason we are feeling way behind Penny. She is now super far ahead from us. We can't even hear her anymore in the cave, so she must have found the exit already. Speaking of exit, Laura and I have been told that there was 2 extra exits along the cave just for safety reasons, but we couldn't find them, so trampers be aware.
My scrotum is having the time of his life, being stretched all over the place, but those caves are amazing and we're getting some sublime pictures. So it's totally worth it. Do you want to keep on going, Laura?
Yes. If I can.
After almost 2 hours in the cave, we feel like surely we're coming to the end of this cave network. Surely it's only meant to take an hour to get through here, but because we've been taking so many photos of this amazing place, we've taken so much time to get through here. But eventually we do see the light of day again, and ta-da! We have made it through Clifden Caves. The sweet, sweet relief of daylight is upon us. I feel ecstatic right now. We made it!
After an hour in a cave, we got out from here. And the camper van is just right here. So it's how long of a walk, Laura?
Like, I think it's literally about 1 minute. A 1 minute walk back to the camper van. It took us an hour to get through the caves, and it's only about a minute walk back there. Oh, Penny.
What is it, Laura?
So the lady that we helped in the cave, who was too scared to keep going by herself through the really tough pond section, has left some food for us. And a thank you note. And a baggage check could die. That's really cute. Thank you, Penny. Thank you.
After that awesome day and awesome surprise from Penny, we are now making our way to Tuatapere, which is the sausage capital of New Zealand. So we make sure we purchase ourselves some Tuatapere sausages for some sausage and mash for dinner here at the Tuatapere Backpackers. We are continuing our Southland journey, which is eventually going to take us to Tuatapere. Tuatapere. Yeah, that's it. So, are you going to keep talking over the top of everything I say?
I literally helped you!